live stream offline.
What about New York's?
Live stream health. Okay, so we have that going, that's going, Charlie's. Okay, and we transition. And welcome to the company of the Whiskey Drinking Bear, Threats from Mirkwood. I am your lore master, Garrett Crow, and we have our great company here, -1. So let's go back around the table and tell who everybody is and who you're playing. Mary, would you like to go first?
I am Lorith, daughter of Círdan, the ranger of the party.
Okay, and George?
I am playing Thror, Prince of Dwarves, and soon-to-be father.
Yes, congratulations.
I thought I rolled a Gandalf, but maybe it was a Sauron.
No, no, bad things happen.
Don't tell Mare that.
I'm on the road. What happens on the road stays on the road.
Right.
And Mike?
I am playing Elebrimborn, the elven bard and lore master of Mirkwood. And you can follow me on Twitter @Padme'sLover if you wish.
I can be followed at Garrett Crow 1, 2 R's, 2 T's, Crow with an E.
I can be followed at Aging Ophelia, capital A, capital O.
And don't follow me.
Don't follow George.
I'll get in trouble.
All right, so who wants to recap of what happened last session?
Not me. I call Elebrimborn has to do it.
All right. All I remember is we got some whiskey off of these slaver people we met. Vigland, son of Vigor, and these people are kind of encroaching on the Bjorning's lands. And we're here with our old friend Petra Dribblecup to try to free her son. He's been accused of killing his own father, but through our research and discovery, we have found that it possibly was some type of owl woman or something in the region who had shot arrows and actually had slain Petra's husband, but her son's being accused of this, and pretty much Vigland is the judge overseeing the trial, pretty much is going to execute Petra's son for the crime without even really doing any kind of research or evidence. And Elebrimborn tried to do some research of his own, going undercover, drinking whiskey, and ended up being bamboozled and tied up to a bed by a woman in the group. And his research into this endeavor stopped until Grimbald was able to find him in the morning. We saw there was a bad thing about this group too, is they got like goblins in their midst, or have a goblin spy who was spying on us talking, and was trying to run away, and Ella Brimborn actually put him to sleep with elven magic so that he couldn't report back to his master about what was going on. And I think that's all I can remember.
Yep. The only mistake in there is that it's Vigler is the son of Vigland, and Vigler is lauding over these proceedings. And also near the end, you kind of got a sense that it's very important in this community of what the crowd thinks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mob mentality, possibly even affecting what Vigler thinks.
We did thoroughly vet that witness, and he basically...
Walden? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Walden basically let us know that the charge was false.
Mm-hmm.
I think we took out
what happened to
the
Walden?
goblin.
No.
I think we took...
Walden was nabbed from behind at knife point by a woman in an owl mask and told to get everybody to leave this area.
Right.
What were you saying, George?
Oh, I was saying I think the goblin sidekick snooped upon us and we captured him, if I recall, and scrubbed his memory.
Didn't scrub his memory, just put him to sleep with elven magic.
Put him to sleep. That's it, so he'll be out for a while.
Alright, so we start in the morning of the trial.
What was the Petra's son's name again?
Sigland.
Sigland, okay.
The entire hamlet of Astor turns out for the trial. An executioner with a black mask is already present. Petra is in bonds with her hands behind her back. Vigler and a still sleeping Sevilla sit on a 12-foot high bench constructed just for this trial. Sigland, unwashed and bound, is forced to kneel in front of the executioner.
It's not a trial.
What do you do?
I guess we are... did we want to stage anything before we get too far into this? Out of game?
Yeah, a little background. We said we were gonna... I can't remember a plan. I don't think we had a firm plan.
Sure, you could go backtrack to your hut before you head on out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's your plan?
So we know that
We have the witness.
Walden supposedly will be on our side now and tell the truth, because we guilted him into telling what happened, and so we can hope that he keeps to his story. I guess if all goes south, we should try and rescue the son.
And
so
we did spend time the night before telling people they won't believe the astonishing twists that are going to prove the innocence. We've already planted the idea in their minds.
Yep.
That it's going to be a must-watch trial, and that the outcome will be that the accused will be innocent. So that bears telling, because we got a lot of people talking about it and have tried to get the support for that and put the idea in their minds.
And one other thing that, to refresh your memories, is that Walden originally claimed that Sigland never got attacked by a basilisk, as he claimed, and Sigland claimed he got chomped on the leg, and then Walden changed the story when he talked to you that he was nursing a wound to his leg after dragging his dead father away from the area. So you have that.
Right. So, Brimborn.
Yes.
Why don't you take the defense and tell this story of what happened as far as we know in song in a heroic mode.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, Elabrimborn will sing a song because I think he was aware of the. I think I could have swore he maybe rolled well on the lore regarding these owl people, or maybe he didn't. There's not much known about.
You didn't find much to know about him.
Okay, all right. So then I guess he's just going to have to spin a false tale about them, about how they are defending this land, and they want everyone to move away from here, and that Sigland and his father and Walden were trying to tell these owl women that they were going to stay, and the people were going to stay here, and
they were defending the community.
That's right. They were defending the community, and basically Petra's son, or Petra's husband Baron, died trying to save the community from the ways of these owl women that were trying to drive everyone out of here. And he's actually a martyr for the people. So I sing the heroic tale of his courage for his people, and he was actually a martyr or sacrifice for his people. He's being wrongly accused. He was killed by these owl women, and it's really Sigland and Walden were a hero by bringing back the body of our new patron saint to this area, someone who stood up for our rights of our community.
Yeah. So I just looked at some of my old notes too, just for the group. So there was an arrow that was found, but Bigler looked at it or investigated it and then destroyed it.
Yep.
And the place that they were at was called the Path to the Serpents.
Path of the Serpents.
And that's what they would want to stay away from, is the Path to the Serpents, not necessarily the village.
Good point. But they did have a Brimborn. That the judge destroyed a piece of evidence. Who knows what it would have told.
Yeah. And then there's the owl women. The only thing we know from lore is that they usually are there to protect, or sacred grounds. So you could use that. And then I think I'd like to plant some fireworks around the area, maybe in the sheriff's office or behind the sheriff's office or something, and a couple of other places. And if things go bad, maybe we can light the fireworks to distract everybody, and then hopefully
that's good. And you can be ready with the fairy lights. Let's also set up who's going to defend Walden if things go sour, and who's going to defend Sigler.
So Petra's tied up too.
Yeah.
Petra is bound with her hands behind her back.
Because they don't want her to do anything, and they might try and drag her. They probably won't try and drag her in, but you never know.
We should try to grab her. Well, the reality is Walden could be put to death. Petra could be put to death.
Right.
And then Sigland. So we should probably try and get all three of them.
Yeah.
I think Elabrimborn should take Petra because she's a grieving widow, and he's very good in that capacity.
Yeah. Okay.
You should probably wait until after the execution to try and cozy up to her.
Oh, you mean when two of her family are dead? It'll be better.
That's the perfect time to cozy up to her.
Right.
After her son dies. Yes.
Right.
And since I'm the one that scared Walden into telling the truth, perhaps I should take him, and Thror, you should a whole, defend Sigler since, you're a badass and he's the one most likely to be killed out of hand.
Yeah, I'll take out the executioner and get to...
Yeah, should it be necessary.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't come to that. We get the crowd. We need to take over this trial is what it is. We need to be the loud voice, always proclaiming it, not asking questions that are like easily answerable. We need to be like the fiery preacher, asking the questions that the only reasonable answer seems to be to agree with us. And that's how everything needs to be couched. So, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, I could probably... We probably each need to say something. That's probably part of the whole dungeon. So I'll try and maybe attack Bigler's background and his father.
And then he destroyed the evidence.
Yeah, he destroys the evidence, and just as he destroys the forest and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay.
But let the big case be made first.
Right.
You want to plant the fireworks?
Yep.
Make a stealth roll, TN 16.
Okay.
Because there's a crowd beginning to gather early. They're wanting to get close view and get in blood gushing range.
Okay. Oh, I forgot
Yeah,
my
use a
dice.
fellowship point.
I will in a moment.
The fireworks aren't going to be as close as they're supposed to.
Yeah, but there's people watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 fellowship points. There you go.
Alright, 1 sec. Grab the dice.
Can I make a lore roll now about the owl women?
Of course you can.
Because I think I wasn't rolling well the other day, but no.
Alright.
Where's my rolling thing? I left it.
So, the big 2. I will be in my elven cloak. Not that it will help me, but I'll give it a shot. Alright. 11 and 7. I got a 18 with 1 Tengu.
Alright. You've successfully planted the fireworks without anybody knowing.
I have a 20 with 2 Tengus.
20 with 2 Tengus. The owl is a sign in this type of part of Middle Earth, especially in the mountains to the north where these people descend from, of being a sign of protection, a watchful presence in the dark. So dressing up as an owl is basically a Batman type of motif. So
that gives us something to use. So we can turn that against them. So I'll remember it, this and blah 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 blah, and they've already got that idea, but we can build on that in Thor's when you take down, you say this leader has led you astray and has brought the owl the protection of the owl upon you. He's brought the wrath of the owl, of the protective owls on you by partnering with foul creatures and running your community in this way, where innocence is trampled upon and bloodlust is fine.
I'll probably say he brought the wrath of the owls. Yeah.
The wrath of the owl.
Yes.
Oh, that was kind of... It was better with some of the raspberry liqueur tip.
With his goblin, treacherous goblin.
Yeah.
Saviga.
There, and always point up that the people are hardworking and blah 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 blah, but the leaders have led them. The leaders are leading them astray. You know, that kind of thing. You know, always emphasize the good of the. Pardon me, about the people in the crowd, so that they can hopefully find their better self. You never know.
All right.
It's a tile.
Duh.
Game and tell.
I know that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think I was asking? Do you think I was actually asking you what this was in that sense? Oh, here's a piece of cardboard with pictures on it. I'm stupid. I don't know what this is. Are you kidding? I was asking what it was of.
Like a lava pit. Hole in the floor, fit into a pit.
This is too hot. You can't hear me.
That's fine. Okay, so you guys ready to go on out?
Yep.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, you go on out. Siglin looks at you with fading hope as he knows that you're his only chance. There are tears already in Petra's eyes. Vigler looks out and says, I have heard the evidence. I have investigated this matter thoroughly. But out of the goodness of my heart, I have allowed these investigators and renowned adventurers, according to some, to take a look into the evidence and bring anything new that I might have missed to light. You may speak.
So Elebrimborn will go out and sing the tale of the hardworking Bjorning people, how they work so hard, and how the shadow can take many forms and corrupt and change your lives forever, and speak of the path of the serpent and the owl women that guard that area, and that the shadow and the followers of the shadow have angered these guardians, and unfortunately Baron Walden and Sigland were out and encountered these owl women, and were actually injured and by an arrow that fell true upon him, and he was just trying to basically act in behalf of the community of hardworking people, but unfortunately, people who actually side with the shadow and have cohorts or friends that are of the shadow, such as goblins, have brought the wrath upon us of the of these guardians in the path of the serpent.
Cool.
And that we tell the story about how it was not Sigland who killed his father, but these owl women. That we have discovered that, and Walden can testify to this because he was there.
Make a song roll. TN 18.
All right. I'm going to use a fellowship point then too.
With what?
Can we help by making a song roll and adding harmony?
I think he's got this pretty well.
Yeah, use a fellowship bit. This is important.
I did, just to be safe.
Yep.
But I did okay. I got a 21 with one Tengu.
The crowd starts to panic. We've drawn the wrath of the owl people. We've drawn the wrath of the owl people. And Vigler gets furious.
And now it's time for Thror to like say his piece and
Vigler says there is no evidence of this. Walden has testified that there were no owl people and that he saw Siglin slay Baron. This is the testimony. This is the evidence. The only word of owl people, use your rational minds, folk, is from the accused in a desperate attempt to save his life.
It is not. It was, I'm sure, when first you began your investigation. But we have found, through careful questioning, that Walden acted and spoke to you out of fear that the owl women had put upon him. I'm a noted lore master of this realm. My people have been protectors of this area for a long time. And I tell you, I have heard the lore of these people before. The owl is a symbol of protection. Walden, though he wanted to be true to his friend, acted out of fear. And he will now tell you the truth. Come, Walden. It's all right. And I go and I put my arm around him and I say, you can speak the truth of what really happened now. And save your friend because you know it is right. We will not let them harm you.
Make it an Inspire roll. TN 16.
I didn't expect to have to do this, but since he said what he said, it seemed like the time. Sorry, guys.
No, you're fine.
Inspire.
Inspire.
Okay, I have it. Okay. Can I use a party thing too?
No, of course.
Okay, so that's an extra.
D6.
Yeah, I didn't use mine.
Well, you may have a chance.
Yeah, I will. Most likely.
All right. I have a 15 with a Tengu.
15.
No, wait, it's not a 15. It's a 19 with a Tengu. I'm sorry.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
Good job. Walden says, it's true. The owl women caught me by the throat with a knife and told me to get everybody out of there. They don't want anybody in that area. Siglin did not kill his father. And Vigler shouts, his testimony has completely been changed, brought on by fear and threats from these barbarians, these so-called adventurers.
No, he was afraid that that others would hurt him. He was afraid that your henchman there might hurt him if he told the truth. And I put it
And
on him.
I'll speak up as well.
Yeah.
How dare you call a prince of Erebor a barbarian? I am an ambassador to many lands now, and my word carries weight throughout this realm. You are the one who is a destroyer of evidence. Had you not taken the arrow and investigated it? Had you not destroyed it? What did you find? Did you find the feathers of that arrow were actually from the owls? Is that the truth? Is it you who partners with a treacherous goblin who wanders about with him? I know of no sane person within this hamlet that would carry on with a goblin. Nor do I know of anyone whose family destroys forests and brings all this turmoil and fear and shadow down upon this village. Only you, Viglin, and your kind. You should leave this land. You are the one that's brought the owls here. No one else. You depart soon, or we shall have you departed by our means.
What say you people? Take back your community. Take back the honesty that you have so often wanted to use, but were compounded not to.
Okay,
Here!
that is an Aro TN18. As you are trying to incite a revolution.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Not just me. Not me.
Not you.
Okay.
All right, I will go off.
And you will use that extra.
Unless you want to take it.
No, it's
No, I dropped
the
the lid of my helm then.
I was just bringing it up.
Oh, I do need it. I think. You said 18?
18.
All right, I'm at a 16, so. And I got a 4. I got a 20.
Got a 20?
Well,
The crowd goes wild and starts roaring, and Viglin says, "All of you listen. All of you behave. All of you come to order. I am the law here. I am the son of the ruler of these lands, and what I say goes. I will not be spoken in such a crude way by these mud-tropping troublemakers."
I roar at him and say, be gone now. People, rise up. Kick him out of your town.
And I go, here, 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 here,
Would-
here, here.
Would you have a brutal son of a slaver rule over your people? Is that who you want to rule over your people? Someone who is destroying your lands and is going to bring doom and death upon you, just like Baron? This person is a false leader. He holds in his bosom the shadow, and that's what drives him forward. He is here to destroy you all. He must be taken out of here, and all of his kind. You guys can elect your own ruler amongst your people to rule you, not someone who's self-appointed themselves through fear.
Persuasion roll, I'll call that a TN17.
And while he's doing that, I'll say, this poor boy, and I point to Siegler, already lost his father. And now, look, his mother is bound for no good reason. His mother, who has already lost her husband because of Vigler's evil ways, is she to lose her son and her own life so that he may drink the finest wines and sit on jewels? Of course not. You probably get less of what you labor for because of this, but whether you do or not, you cannot let this miscarriage of justice happen. You must clean house and find a leader worthy of your industriousness, your goodness. You're willing to work and to choose the right.
Make a TN14 awareness chest.
TN14.
Well, I can't believe my persuasion was I got 2 6s and a 10, and I had to use a fellowship point to get that because my persuasion's really bad. So, anyways, I got an 18 with 2 Tengus. I'll probably
People
never
are
roll
now
that.
completely tearing apart, and Viglin is shouting, "They are distracting you! Distracting from what is at stake here. This
15.
trial is about this boy who killed his father, who I have evidence found the evidence of the arrow in him that came from his own quiver.
Where
I
is
have
that
the
evidence?
arrow that I have the testimony from Walden before these interlopers forced him under fear of death to change his story."
We did not threaten him with death. It was you he was afraid of. If you have evidence, bring it forward, but you destroyed it. Only someone who wishes to hide the truth destroys evidence. I got a 15, by the way.
Okay, he doesn't really care.
I'd also.
That's a strike.
I'd also shout.
What?
Not high
You said
enough.
I had 4. It was
You
TN
said
14.
that.
Oh,
you
TN 14
said
for your
that-
awareness. Okay.
Yes, Garrett.
I'm sorry. That was for your awareness. For your awareness, you hear people talking in the crowd that Petra is in bounds because they heard that once Vigler execute Siglin, he's going to claim Petra to be his personal slave.
Look, you.
Oh.
He's trying to destroy this family so he can use them for his own ends. He intends to take this poor woman, grieving for loss of her husband and perhaps her son, and use her as a slave. Is that the kind of person you would follow? Sorry.
Yeah, and Ella Brimwar says, yeah, what kind of man would do that?
And I'll also state
I have never said I intended to do that, Vigler says.
Everyone
Yeah,
here
just
knows
as you stated that Siglin did not have his leg bitten by one of those creatures, and yet he was wounded. Walden, was he wounded?
He was wounded.
There again, more evidence. Seems your evidence has disappeared.
Siglin says, I have a scar.
Show it forth.
He can't. He's bound.
Thror. Can you?
I'll step up and rip his pant leg open and show the evidence to the executioner. Executioner, what do you see?
It looks like a bite mark scar.
Again, more evidence. People, do you need more? What else do you need to hear? What else do you need to see from this foul man?
Do you wish Petra to be free and have her bounds cut? Why is this woman being bound? What kind of trial is this where the what did the mother do? She's not accused of anything here, but yet she is bound and held together. What kind of trial is that amongst your people? Would you all be bound by this man? He'll bind you with your arms too as well, so that you cannot do anything when it is your child up here that he wishes to sacrifice for his own gain, for the gain of his goblin friend and for his friends in the shadow that he cohorts with.
Make a persuasion roll, TN 16.
How many more fellowship points do we got?
1.
1. I don't have to use it. I only got 1 in persuade.
Yeah, use it.
No, go ahead.
Wait a minute. Does he have to use your persuade, or can he make an honor roll?
No, he's not trying to do an awe. What Thor did by saying, I am prince and I am the world, that is awe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only get a 13.
Okay, that's a first strike on here. And Vigler strikes back at you, going, she is in bounds because she is a trained and fierce warrior. And it is the opinion of this court that she might be brought by emotion to try to strike violently against the court. So the court is doing prior restraint to keep her from making such a mistake.
And the court is you. People, is this the court that you wish to have rule over you? Is this what you want to see as your means for justice? Let him know how you speak.
Hear, hear. Would you have such a coward? He's afraid of a woman after he's afraid that if he kills her son... Come.
That she'll come over and slap him on the face and he will lose his prettiness. He is terrified of a woman. This is the kind of leader that you want. He's terrified of his people. This is how he will rule you. He will rule you with rope and with death. If you do not follow his ways, his authoritarian manner will basically execute anyone that speaks against him. This is why Walden is so so fearful of him and why you all are fearful of him. You are not fearful of him, are you, people?
Persuade. TN16.
I'm going to stop talking.
Stop, Alabrimore.
Huh?
I'm going to stop. I'll stop talking.
I've got lordly and fair spoken.
All right, well, I'm going to stop talking. I'm done talking.
I'm rolling persuade too, and I have a good persuade.
Well, I just rolled the Eye of Sauron, so I'm done.
A group of Viglin's soldiers put themselves between you and the court.
I rolled a 19.
And the crowd.
On my persuade.
You rolled a 19.
And I'll speak up then. Look, he has to have his minions stand in front of you. He's in fear of you. He's in fear of the fact that you can take back your village, that you know what is truthful and what is justice. Take back your village, people. Take it back now.
And end this trial in the way it should end, with the accused, the wrongly accused, going free, as should his mother. And then take back your community and elect a leader who will treat you fairly and honestly and deal well with you, because it could be you here next, in bonds to his greed and his lust. Another roll?
Make an R roll.
Okay.
You're calling to action. TN16.
18. One Tengu.
18. The crowd roars, and some of them are slain as they run into the spears of Vigler's guards.
They just
How
run into the
dare you attack the people!
With, like, pitchforks and things, and are no match for the well-trained army in there. And Vigler shouts out, "This is how we rule, and this is how you will be ruled. And you will accept it, or you will die as we abandon you to the goblins up in Mount Gundabad."
All right, where is everything set up? Who's around him? Blah 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 blah.
He is with Svinga on a high thing. Next to his desk is the executioner with Sigland. In the Petra is basically kneeling in front of the judge's bench, and the guards are surrounding it.
Okay,
and then you are on the other side. Okay. You on the other side of the guards.
I tell the
Ella Bramborn's going to cut Petra free and then knock
You
an
have
arrow.
to get through the guards to do that.
I tell the executioner,
Oh, okay.
put down your weapon. You cannot be part of this, and you need not be part of this. Walk away, and all will be well.
And he looks up confused to Vigler, who says, "You have convinced me beyond a doubt of Siglin's innocence. However, blood has been spilt, and justice needs to be served. As much as I despise you, I deputize you, company of the whiskey-drinking bear, to be the purveyors of that justice. Travel to the paths of the serpent and investigate. Learn who is responsible for Baron Astor's death, and bring them to me to stand trial. I will be found in 2 months' time at the forest gate, where my father will lead a great army to crush the Bjornings and claim that land in Viglin's name. If you do not meet me there, I will hold you accountable for this misdeed and hunt you all across this land. Do I make myself clear?"
How many guards or people does he have with him?
About 8.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Will you pay tribute to the families of these who have been laid out unjustly at the spears of your guards?
They have committed treason and died as such. This court is complete. Free the boy, free the woman, and he storms off with the goblin into his tent.
It was my feeling that I was almost going to just strike out at him, go at his guards, and
he's
now they
hiring us, so now
they
we
come
have a
back and
chance.
destroy the village.
We have a chance to we have a chance to find out and to stop his plan, because now we know where his plan is. So now we not only have that information and can use it and help our friends, the Bjornings, but we can also find out the truth of this thing, and we've saved the people.
Yeah, we don't want the village to be attacked, so
Yeah.
at least not yet. So
Yeah. We didn't have to have an we've got him on the rails, you know.
yeah.
He sees which way it was going, and we say we will accept the honor of being deputies in this matter, and we'll find the truth. And I speak to the people and I say, because of you, justice has prevailed. Don't forget that. You have it in your hands at all times to keep the truth afloat and not let it be sunk.
Some people are happy and cheering still. A couple people are in great tears as their loved ones lie dead on the ground.
Yeah. We go. I'll go to them and.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go over and try to help him, even though I'm not,
I'll
good at any kind of medicine or whatever. Well, no, I mean, I'm not
They've been
bad,
run
but I'll try to
through
see if
by
I can
spears.
heal
They're dead.
anybody, wrap their wounds or whatever, and see if there's anyone that is still alive or that I can help.
That's true. I have healing as well, so I'll try and heal people, and I'll contribute to their loss for their
You can make
their loved ones.
See what you can do for those that have not yet passed.
The other thing I want to do too, eventually, is use my my virtue of the speakers and try to recruit some birds and other creatures to go talk to Bjorn and warn him about the Vigler and his father's attack upon the Bjornings in 2 months' time.
Okay. They head out.
Send creatures out to talk to him.
It is done.
I rolled a big 8 for healing.
Your patient
We lose you, Garrett?
passes away.
Do they at least pass peacefully?
They pass peacefully. But then they look at you as they're dying and says,
I can hear you, George.
Yeah,
okay.
they went silent.
Can you hear me?
Go now where you can live.
Can you hear me?
Life. Whoops.
We should have gone Perry
1,
Mason.
2, 3.
How would that have worked? Oh.
Dudes.
1, 2,
That's
3.
Iron-
Can you hear me now?
Iron said we have the wheelchair. Hey, we hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost you there for a minute.
Okay.
I say to the dying person, I say, you can live a freer life. We will fight the fight to free the rest of your people as we may.
Okay. Anybody else want to do a heal roll?
Piece.
Yeah,
I rolled
we have to start recording again, or we're good?
No, we're good. I just...
Okay.
If I click on Discord when I
Yeah.
go to another window to minimize it, it shuts me down.
Oh.
So I gotta be careful not to shut down that on Discord and click on the bottom of my menu to bring up the menu I need to get to.
Gotcha. Ella Brimborn rolled a 13. For healing.
Again, your patient dies within the night.
I rolled an 18.
18. Your patient stabilizes, but has to have a leg amputated.
That's good. They're alive. Then they can hate me the rest of their lives.
I give the family of the patient that I was taking care of a silver piece, and the other two families too.
Okay.
I don't need money.
Yeah, I give them some of my wealth, my standard monies. Being rich.
I hand out coupons for a free beer at the Whiskey Drinking Bear down in Sunsteed.
When is ladies' night at the Whiskey Drinking
Under the
Bear?
promise that they post these posters up as well.
Right, exactly.
I want a ladies' night.
Yeah.
Right.
New billboards going up around town.
Okay, so if you look at the map over here, where I'm clicking is that where Petra's little symbol is where the village of Astor is. Okay. And down here at the intersection of the Anduin and this river, the Roarwell, is where the Path of Serpents is.
Okay. Let's head to the Path of Serpents. And we asked Petra, do you want to leave the town, because we probably don't know if you're going to be safe here.
She says, I will travel with my stepson to my old abode in the Bjorning lands and be away from these people.
I give her are points of treasure gold pieces, basically?
No, they're like enough to live off of for a year. More kind of like 10 gold pieces for treasure.
Okay. So I've been carrying a little bit, since we got wealthy, just so that I can use it. And I give her a gold piece, and I say, I hope this makes your journey easier.
And she says, I leave with a heavy heart, but with my stepson still, so it will be bearable.
If Walden wishes to come with you,
please warn the Bjornings of Viglin's and his father's attack
Walden
upon
wants
them
to
too
stay
as well.
because his family's up here. Okay. I'm sorry, Mike?
I tell Petra and Siglin to spread news to the Bjornings as they see them that Vigland and Vigard plan on attacking them with their full strength in 2 months' time.
We will tell, but words from your lips will do much more. You are, after all, the heroes.
Yes, I have sent couriers. I have sent creatures of the woods to talk to Bjorn, but
from what I understand, Bjorn is not as much of a messenger type of person. He'll hear it and think about it, but will not respond as quickly to words unless it is spoken to him directly.
All right.
Where's Petra go? She's going there, right?
She's going about 2 days north of Bjorn.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to see if we can send a messenger along soon. But we've got a little.
Well, you said some animals ahead, but
and we've got a little time.
Basically, she's saying that the word of your adventuring party is going to make the difference.
Yeah, and I'll also talk.
Well, at least we give them fair advance so they can prepare, so they're not necessarily, even if they hear it as a rumor, they can possibly prepare.
I'll tell Walden, you did well. It was tough, but you did what was right, and you should never lose sight of that accomplishment. You did what was right in very difficult circumstances, and we hope to help set your village right.
I hope so. I hope that they don't come back for revenge for what you've done. Make examples out of us.
I don't think so, but we'll find what we can and do what we can. Take this for your family's health and welfare, and I give him like 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
I'm probably pretty close to what I normally used to carry on me now. Hand it out. So,
yep.
But it was well spent. Okay. So, what's our plan for this little journey?
Yes, we will seek out the owls. We'll go find some gems on the ground. Mm-hmm. That'll bring them out.
Yeah. Let's stock up with our, fill our packs and stuff.
So what do owls like to eat? Mice?
Mice.
Yeah. I meant for us. I don't think this is going to be a day trip, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Shouldn't be too bad.
We can get some delicious limbus bread. Mm-hmm. Can eat limbus bread.
Oh, who's going to give it to us?
I'll make it from my grandmother's recipe.
Wow. I never pictured Ella Brimborn in an apron.
Well, he learned from the Legolavin, the baker.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to make biscuits for sure.
Well, aren't you the jerk of all trades? And I say that with affection. That's what I call myself, a jerk of all trades.
That's why I got a 1 in craft.
Oh. You should really raise some of those little unnecessary skills. Like, the thing that I have 1 in is courtesy, song, and riddle, but I'm going to raise them all.
Yeah.
Everything else, I have at least 2 boxes in. Because that's what you need to... You can't just do weapons. Yeah, and I have, 1 in dagger, but,
Okay. You can make a lore roll, everybody, to see if you can get any travel dice. Travel dice for this journey.
Roll lore or travel?
Lore roll.
Lore, okay.
20.
I rolled bad.
All right.
I only got a 10.
You get a die.
No tangos. 20.
Cool. You are familiar with this area. You've gone through here before. It's mostly known for hunting goblins that come down from Mount Gundabad. So you are dealing with passing through very heavily infested goblin areas.
Ella Brimborn
that have kept the villages up here safe from that. What'd you get, Ella Brimborn?
Ella Brimborn got a 31 with 3 tengus.
Holy crap. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an epic success.
Sweet.
So we're full up on our things again, huh?
No, that's just for this travel. So everybody should feel free to use these for when you're traveling.
Okay.
Everybody go?
He's like, yeah, this broken branch here was made by a woodchuck, and and he had quite a story to tell me at one time.
So you know the same stories that Thor knows about this. Thor knows about legends in these lands. You know about that the first dwarves awoke in the halls and the roots of Mount Gundabad. And now the birthplace of Durin the Deathless is a haven for orcs and goblins. And so you're very familiar with the layout of this area, and as far as from the dwarven days, as well as now in the orc days. So you guys heading out? Or are you going to take a day off, or what you doing?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, let's just go.
We were just going to get provisions, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. You are completely set up by the villagers who are very motivated and thankful for what you've done. They're very scared, but they see their success in the future directly tied to your success. Heavy rains meet you as you set out on your journey. Wild winds roar from the west as if the land itself was trying to keep you from accomplishing your mission. Waters gush down from dozens of waterfalls from the gray mountains. The land here is flooded from the winter melt, snow melting from the north to overflow the lands of the Greyland River. In the morning, thick fogs roll down the western hills, and the whooping gulls can be heard. Along the road you spy distant wild horses, descended from the steeds of the Aothid.
It's too bad our bud couldn't be here. He
Yep.
would love that.
Everybody make a travel roll.
All right.
TN 16.
I
got my Alvin.
one of those things.
You sure can.
Yeah.
You got a lot to use.
Good, 'cause
And
Yeah,
And
my-
Elabrimborn will use his special skill, the Alvin travel song. So everyone, basically, if I get success, I had to do a song roll, but if I get success, then you can add 2 dice to any roll. So we should have pretty confident of that. So that would be, I got to get a 16.
got 23 on my travel. Already.
But I sing the song of the dapple gray mare.
So can we wait on that? Like, can we use it for the next roll?
Mhm.
What he'd affirm his song was 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a 19. So
Nice.
Everybody gets.
everyone can at one roll you can add 2 6-sided dice to your roll from me.
Cool. I've got a damn good roll.
Damn
to
good
start
roll.
with.
You're fine. All right.
I got a 33 with 2 Tengu.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness! I know some people who've been putting skill points into travel.
All right, we've got the Elven cloak that lets
I
us
only
roll
have
our
2.
die twice.
Wow, that was real good.
But I used the one.
Ella Brimborn, what did you get?
I got a 24 for the first roll.
Wow, dang good still.
Wow.
Okay.
They're all beating me.
So as we go, make a
Me.
who is the hunter?
That's me.
Hunter, do your thing.
Can I add those dice to this roll?
Yeah, you can.
Might not be enough. Holy crap! I rolled all 1s, 2s, and 3s. All right, 3.
Oh.
On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice, I rolled 11.
Okay.
Wow.
A horn blows, an orcish horn, and suddenly you see 2 orcs soldiers per companion, and
Hunting. I thought you meant I was hunting for food.
no, you weren't hunting. You were hunting for tracks to show.
Okay, that's not hunting.
That's is what it is. The rule is for finding the end.
I thought that would be search or explore.
Nope.
Okay. I wish
That's
I'd known
hunting.
what I was hunting for. I might have rolled better. Anyway, go on.
Plus a giant orc is leading them.
How many orcs?
Giant orc.
A giant orc.
So I get this from hunting? So
No, this is not from
Okay,
hunting.
I
This
see.
is you are caught unawares,
Okay.
and they get to make an ambush on you.
Ah,
That's what you were going to do. Is you could have made your battle rolls like normal and had had the advantage, but you
next time
wandered
can we
into an
call
advantage.
This tracking because it's different. You know.
Yep. Let me find.
I honestly thought I was doing something different. Maybe my roll wouldn't have been any different, but maybe it would have because guess what? To me, it's a completely different thing.
Gorgo. Make a lore roll, or if you have shadow lore or orc lore,
Yeah, I have shadow. I have shadow lore.
And I have orc lore.
Yeah, you are recognizing this giant orc right there.
Yeah.
This is Gorgo, son of Bog.
Uh-oh.
He is one of those that are contesting for power for ruling Mount Gundabad. He is a badass orc.
Uh-oh.
And he sees a dwarf, and he is going to go to town.
Of course he is.
Can we do our
Good thing I have
awareness
my new armor.
You're what?
awareness?
I have my new
That's-
armor.
You don't get to because you failed that roll. Let's see. So, Gorgo, what can he do? He has commanding voice. What does commanding voice do? Restore 1 hate point. We don't need to do that. Great size. Hatred of dwarves. What does hatred do? When confronted by the object of its hate, the creature's weapon skills and attack forms become favored. Which means lots of fun. And horrible strength. Okay. So he's going to spend his entire turn charging to engage with Thror. The others are not going to go as far and are going to take cover
1 second.
as they've been trained. This guy is just over here. This guy is down here. But the 6 archers are going to take shots at 2 of you, at each of you. They are bow of horn, 2 each. So we'll start working our way down with Thror. As the arrows fly, 9 plus 4 is 13 to hit you. 12 plus your parry.
I'm good. I was in defensive, so.
You don't get you don't get a stance here. You were caught unawares, so it's just your parry.
Okay. 12 plus my parry?
Yep.
Okay. I'm okay.
Yep. They fire again. 11, 16.
Still okay.
Yep. Going after Lorith. 13, 12 plus your parry. And the other shot, Eye of Sauron. That is a critical hit if you don't make this roll. Let's see. Bow of Horn. You need to roll your armor and get a 12 or better.
Is that against me or Laura?
No, this is against Laura. She got Eye of Sauron.
That's fine.
Just on the dot.
Just.
Wow.
And you take 4 points of damage for the wound, for the hit. Okay. And there's good news. There's another arrow going your way. And they get a Gandalf. Hey, the other side of the dot. So his bowstring breaks for the round.
Good.
Ella Brimborn, they're shooting at you.
Okay.
That is an Eye of Sauron.
Darn.
Make a protection test.
Which is the armor again?
Your armor.
Yeah. Straight up armor.
Straight up armor.
I got a 10.
You got a 10, and you needed to get, with the bow of horn, a 12, so you have taken a wound.
Not good.
And you take 4 plus attribute, 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And one more shot at you. 15 to hit you.
No.
Okay, that was their round. You guys can declare stances.
We'll go defensive.
You go
How far
defensive.
away are they?
One of them is right on top of Thror, the big one. The soldiers are over the hill, taking cover from the rear, the rearward, and the archers are over the hill in the back.
I'll take an open stance.
Open stance.
Yeah.
Ella Brimborn.
I'll do rearward.
Rearward. Okay, Lorith, you are first.
Okay, I go and hit on the big one.
You go up to Gorgo, son of Bog.
With my long sword. Buddy, that could be better. Come on, buddy. $16 with a tango.
Okay, 9 plus 6. What did you get? 15?
16.
16. You beat him by 1. So your damage plus your body.
Okay. That is 15.
15. Ow.
Wow.
You go swinging in there, go sliding low, and just start cleaving him across the hips where there's no armor. Your hair flying back behind you as you go because it's sprawled out in the mud, and mud's kicked up in his face too. Okay, that brings us to Thror.
All right, I will take a swing on the big guy.
Yep.
My orc hatred raging in my bones. Awesome. 2 Tengu and Edge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
12 and 9. 1. And 27, 28, 29 with 2 Tengu.
Wow, there's really orc hatred showing here. Okay, let's see. That's armor is 4D.
I have a 18 injury.
8, 10 plus 9, 19 plus 4, 23.
23, so he saves, but I have orc hatred, so I get plus my valor, so a total of 15 damage. Oh.
That takes about half his hit points away right there as you strike with your mattock right against his head.
Oh.
Half of his teeth go flying out. He has one tusk left sticking. Lightning flashes overhead.
Toothless.
Hey, feel free to give a heartening laugh or something, Ella Brimborn.
Ella Brimborn's turn.
He is kind of cheaty, but he's gonna start casting elf lights, and he's gonna put it on the back of Gorgo's butt. So that all of his followers, they either have to spend a point of hate or start heading towards his
butt,
rear end.
That's good. That'll draw them out, and then they can't be.
So I'm positioning it. Yeah. So I'm positioning it so that Thror and Lorith won't necessarily see it, but they're going to all cluster around him on the back. So anyone that can speak either has to spend a point of hate or start heading towards that light. It's like they're like little moths.
They spend their turn heading toward that light.
By any means possible.
It's no problem.
Good. That keeps the arrows from
You
flying.
do that. Okay. That was their turn. Gorgo, let's see.
Yeah, this is where it gets.
Commanding voice. Yeah, now he's going to just try to smash you. He uses his heavy scimitar, which is his favored weapon. 4 die. Here's where your defensive stance is a good idea.
That's the only reason I took open stance instead of balls out. So I can
8,
outlast it.
16 plus 6. 22 to hit you.
22. My valor's 5, so I think that hits.
Okay.
What was defensive?
Defensive is 12 plus your parry.
Alright, yeah, so he hit me.
He hits you. He uses horrible strength. Horrible strength. That costs him a point of hate. And to do it, following a successful attack, increase the target's endurance loss by the creature's attribute level. He didn't get any Tengus, which annoys me on that. He got a two-handed heavy scimitar. There it is, two heavy scimitar. That will do 8 points of damage plus his attribute level, 14 points of damage to you.
Ooh, okay.
Not
Can't
good.
take too many of those.
Those cluster around you. 3 of them are of the elves of the archers are going to shoot at Ella Brimborn. 3 are going to shoot at Thror.
Are they still clustering on the light?
Yeah,
They
they
saw
can't.
the light,
They're
so they have to
with the
move
light.
They have to move toward the light.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't be shooting and moving towards the light at the same time. They're all concentrated on those lights.
Wow.
It's kind of I don't know, it's almost like a broken kind of thing, but it's kind of why the dwarves moved off the path in Mirkwood.
Yeah.
Into the forest after the elf lights.
No, is it?
What?
I said no, is it?
Okay, next round.
I was there, I know.
Do you know how many times I've read that friggin' book?
He's lived it. What stances does everybody want to take?
Elborn will stay rearward. He's going to start shooting the leader.
Okay.
I'll stay open for now.
You stay open. Thror?
Yeah, I'll stay defensive. That's fine.
That seems wise since he hates your guts most right now.
Just like you hate him.
Yep.
So, Lorith, you're first.
Chop, chop, chop. Chop, 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 chop. Come on, Tengu. Alright. 15. 22. No
22
Tengus.
hits. What's the damage?
It's just regular damage?
Regular damage.
That is 7.
7? Okay. You go in and do a gotta get him on the shoulder, cut some meat off right there. But he parries you and pushes you back before you can get a little bit deeper into his body. Okay, so Thror.
Alright, I will play.
Do you need anything?
Nah, that's some water.
2 Tengus, but not edge. So 12, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20, 26 with 2 Tengus, but not edge.
That hits.
So 15 damage.
Okay, before we get to that, Gorgo, as you are about to strike, sniffs you and says, "You have something of mine. A birthright stolen long ago by the great goblin of Goblin Town. Taken from my grandfather Azog. Surrender the ring. It is sacrilege. It should be carried by a dwarf." And that's when you chop his head off. Well, you bash his head so it explodes.
I'll smash it. I'll smash his head. Just one big smash right through. face.
Okay.
Bring him down.
And Ella Brimborn.
I'll seeing him drop. I will kind of start attacking archers. So
Okay.
I'll shoot an arrow at one of the archers and say, "Flee, my twisted brothers! Your leader has fallen. You will not win on this field today, for a great dwarf champion will lay waste to all of you. Go home to tell the tale of your master's loss." So that is an 18 to hit.
18, that hits.
All right. 5 damage to a archer.
5 damage to an archer. He's down to 3. And they're still enthralled by the lights.
Yep.
The light's floating in there, and it is now visible by your companions.
Correct.
So they are staring blankly at it.
At his ass?
Well, at what was behind his ass.
Oh.
Right, unless you spend a point of hope
Okay.
to avoid the spell.
I'll spend a point of hope then.
I don't have a lot
Well,
of
before you do that, there is a sound. As a bunch of horses from Thranduil's kingdom comes charging into the valley, and they start slaughtering the orcs left and right all around you, and you recognize a couple of them.
I'm staring at a light.
Yeah. I softened that one up for you.
I'll spend a point.
You don't need to, because they're slaughtered, so
Okay.
you don't. There is Rulithil, the guardian, the leader of the guardian of the gate of Thranduil's kingdom, who you went on the deer hunt with.
Ah.
Would I recognize the call of the horn?
Yes, you would.
All right. Well, then I'll snuff out the light when I hear that. So I can snuff it out at will.
Okay.
Oh. Great. We almost spent a point of hope for nothing.
They are leading a dozen mounted elves down the hills, routing the goblins back into the darkness. "Oh," Ruithil says, "the company of the whiskey-drinking bear. Looks like I earned myself a place of honor in Ella Brimborm's latest composition. Tell me, friends, what brings you through these dangerous lands?" As you notice that she is riding side by side with a Bjorning man.
We are on our way to the path of the serpents to investigate it.
The path has not been used in quite some time, and the beauty that was once part of it has long been stolen by brigands.
Yes. Someone we know ventured there, and we must find evidence of some type of owl woman. Have you heard of such a thing?
I have not heard of such a thing. Osrid? And the Bjorning says, "We're along the path of serpents, you said?"
Yes.
At the Anduin River end of the path of serpents, there's a stone path that allows a rider to cross to a tiny island in the middle of the Anduin. No one has gone there and returned. Those in the know about it don't like to mention it, for fear foolish young adventurers will head there and perish.
I'm not young anymore, so I'm an elf. I've been around for a while.
But you are foolish.
I can testify to that.
I am
Really
foolish.
close.
That is true. But I'm wounded too.
Because it sounds.
Oh, are you wounded?
So
I am wounded, so I will need some help.
I'll heal you.
I took a orcish arrow.
Okay.
I'm not wounded. I have 4 points lost.
I'll attempt to heal you.
Yeah, I have a wound.
Speaking. So, 7, 13.
We seek to discover the meaning of this. And we've been charged by the leader of the village that we hope to set on a better path. But while we have your ear, Sir Bjorning, we need to tell you. Thror, tell him.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh, the message. We can give it directly to a Bjorning now.
Oh, yes. The Vigler and Vigland, 2 treacherous men from the north, they are planning to attack you with their soldiers in the next 2 months. You must prepare for this soon so that you can defend your homeland.
You must take this news directly to Bjorn himself. I am riding with Ruith, though, to find alternate routes for the elves to take for traveling to the west.
Well,
this land is this route over here, as you can see, is not safe any longer.
Yes, understood.
The works of Mount Gundabad are emboldened by the enemy's return. We celebrate today that you have slain Gorgol. He was an orc in contention for ruling Mount Gundabad. Being of the line of Azog, he was certain to be a cruel and formidable foe. Let us be thankful he has been dealt a fatal blow right here.
He took many. A formidable foe indeed.
He took many fatal blows? How many lives does he have?
He took many blows.
Oh.
I didn't blow it. Sorry. I smashed
him. It wasn't smashed him. That killed him. It was
Can we still recover some of his tusks or something to make jewelry? Or
yeah,
there's a tooth. There's a tooth on the ground.
A tooth?
There are a whole lot of teeth on the ground.
We will take the message to Bjorn as soon as we may, but if we discover the truth of this, it may help us to make this path clearer and safer in the long run.
That would be a great a service for the elves.
Since you speak of this island being so hidden, I have an intuition that this may be where the secrets we search out are hiding. I fear we're going to have to go there. Then I wish you well on your journey.
Is there
but first, let us rest and share food and wine together.
Yeah, I rolled a 21 with a Tengu for healing.
21 for healing. Okay.
On Ella Brimborn for the
with a Tengu
for his wound.
It's stabilized and treated, but it's not going to go away till all the damage has gone away.
So I have to go back up to full health.
And
Yes. Before
how much damage are you dealt still?
-6.
Can I try healing him too?
Well, by resting for half an hour with him, you get enough of points equal to your heart score.
Oh, okay. So I can do that, and then I won't have any damage left. Okay, sounds good.
So I'm down. I'll be down -2 after that.
Well,
you're at -2.
He's down 2 points.
After that, can I?
2 points. Yeah.
Can I?
You're down 2 points.
Okay. No, there's only so much you can do in the thing.
I understand his wound can't be. I'm just saying, can we remove the other damage?
With a cordial or something, but not with regular healing.
Okay. All right, that's all I need to know.
I probably need to drink one of the cordial unless we go back.
I agree.
Unless you want to go to the Bjornings and rest there.
16 damage.
Do you want to rest at the Bjornings? How long do we have before we have to meet back up with Viglin?
About 2 months.
I think we should go and do our task first and then talk to the Bjornings. Because we may have more information that way. You know, we should search out this whole owl thing and see what we can see. And maybe there's allies there. Who knows?
Okay.
I mean, that's just what I thought. I have healing skill, though, too, if you need it. You know, and you don't want to heal yourself. I mean, I'm after resting, I'm fine. Because I only had 4 points. But
I was just down endurance. I wasn't wounded.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Endurance.
So after a rest and a meal, Oster says thank you for your hospitality, but now we must ride on. And the elves and Oster ride on due west, leaving you in the bloodied valley.
Sorry, before he left, did we learn how far away this island was?
At the far end of the Path of Serpents, where it intersects the Anduin River.
So is that like 2 days ride, 1 day ride?
About a day's ride.
Okay. Okay.
Any more travel rolls?
Nope, don't need another travel. That's only for like every 3 days.
Okay.
You cross the Langwell River into the lush green lands of the West Upper Vales. Every hill you cross offers a view that makes you want to stop and sketch it. The denizens of the land know this place as Skeadudain, the Vale of Shadow. The travel is not as easy as expected. You encounter thickets, concealed holes, and sudden drops, but the view makes it all worthwhile. Bears roam these lands, catching fish in the many rivers, and at night swarms of bats emerge to hunt out insects. Also at night the howls of the wolves hunt out and the wargs who live here echo across the landscape. Not far from the Langwell you stumble into a camp where trees are knocked down and dragged to form a lean-to for someone 5 times the size of a human. Make a hunting roll.
At least this time I know what it is. Okay. That's 25 with 2 tangos.
You find troll tracks, but they are very, very old. You do not anticipate encountering any trolls around here. But you have found an old troll's camp.
So, search it.
Okay.
Search the camp.
Make a search roll.
Mind if I search too?
No, it's a wise choice. Find what we can.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's around here? What is 4 and 4 and 2? I rolled all of 10.
I got an 18 search.
18 search.
Okay.
You are not finding anything of value left behind. You find bones and ruined armor, but nothing of like a whole treasure hoard or anything.
I rolled a 20 with the Tengu.
You definitely didn't find anything. You're positive that you would have found it if you had. It looks like that the troll was not picky about eating goblins or orcs, as well as elves that were traveling westbound.
People, others would fear to come here, so I think that it might be wise to stay here. We can bury the bones of the fallen and use this as a shelter for the night.
Okay. I thought we just rested though. It's like morning now.
Oh, I thought.
Well, it's evening now.
Yeah.
Oh, evening? Okay. All right.
Okay.
We did a little bit of a time wipe of travel.
That's fine.
We should keep the fire small, though.
Need a big fire for the trolls.
Yeah, we want the troll to come back.
You want the troll to come back. Okay. You stay the night, and let's hear a story about about what the orc was talking about the ring.
What?
The orc was mentioned to Thror about the ring.
What ring?
That he has. Have you told the others about your ring?
Oh.
I think I did at one time, just briefly. But yeah, I'll go ahead and recap the story of how I came upon the loss of my parents when I was but a youngling, and they were slain by orcs. That's what's driven my hatred. And I came to learn that my parents, who were lore masters, were at Isengard, and they were trying to learn something. I'm not sure what they were investigating, but they found a ring that was now the property of a goblin, one of the goblin kings, and they had managed to slice the toe off the goblin king, on which the ring sat, and they absconded away with it. And then the goblins came back and slew my parents at Isengard, and we had to escape from Isengard. And I'd learned later on, when we had visited Isengard, the chef had been in possession of the ring. And the chef gave me the ring and told me what history she knew of the ring, and that that was about it that I learned from Isengard. I guess at the time of the attack, Saruman was away during that time. And then later on, I came upon some knowledge from Radagast, I believe, that the ring actually contained a ruby at one time, and someone else has the ruby, and that if the ruby and the ring were joined together, some great power would come of it. But I do not know, other than it's probably a ring of shadow, not necessarily a ring of good. Is that about summing up right?
That's about right.
Can I roll my lore on this?
Sure.
Because I have shadow lore.
So the only person I don't think I've mentioned the ring to is
Grimbald.
Grimbald and Gandalf.
Nice.
But I was amazed the orc could smell the ring. That's kind of interesting.
I got 20 with a Tengu.
I thought if we went back to Elrond, I might talk to Elrond about it.
7 for the dwarf lords and their halls of stone.
Nope. It actually is Númenorian.
Mm.
He shows it to me and I see it.
This was forged in Númenor.
Do I know anything about such a ring that might have been? Besides, is there any,
There are stories of Sauron showing the Númenorians of how to pour power into rings.
Okay. This ring may not be of the shadow. But it was forged in Númenor. The land of my people. And although as I said, it may not be of the shadow itself, Yet it was these rings were made by the Númenóreans when Sauron the Foul was wearing his fair face and leading my people to their downfall and destruction. He taught them how to pour power into these items. He pretended to teach them out of the goodness of his heart. But everything he taught them, he used to turn to their undoing.
Do you think there are any ancient texts or anything in your homeland that would tell us of more?
There may be in Gondor. There may be rolls of lore there. There may be scrolls that tell you exactly what this is, and there are other lore masters who are better than I, who may know. There are people with more knowledge.
Maybe we can travel there after Rohan.
Perhaps.
Very good. Thank you for that knowledge. It brings me closer to my family.
I understand.
And my vengeance upon those that killed them.
I hope that the vengeance, when you find it, is sweeter than vengeance sometimes is.
Yeah.
Can Elebrimborn roll lore on that ruby to see if he knows where it might be located?
Sure.
Now that Thor brought up that story, see if he can remember anything about it. Okay, I got a Gandalf.
Wow. Okay. There are great.
You don't have to explain it to me now. You can.
There are a great many stories about rubies that have come from ancient, powerful artifacts. Some have become stars in the skies. Some have descended into the mistress of the depths, who you met, Sedna. Others have fallen into rivers or lay in dragon hordes. A great deal of them have unfortunately been lost to the giant spiders, the daughters of Ungoliant, who like to consume these gems. They find great pleasure in seeing the light fade from them.
Foul creatures. Of course, if your parents were searching at Isengard, then perhaps Saruman may have knowledge of it.
Very possible, but I'm not so much on his good side lately. After we landed the giant hawks in his yard. Crap on his castle.
He's not like
He did seem to be Sauron did seem to have a colder shoulder from the first time that we had met him, and we had spent time with him. He definitely was colder to us the second time we saw him.
Yeah, he wasn't very friendly.
He's very high and proud. He's not like Radagast or Gandalf. Or even Gandalf can be inscrutable at times, but I don't understand Saruman's mind at all. I don't understand why he would want to live in Orthanc. It seems curious to me.
Yeah. So
I understand why you want to live there. It's so close to Fangord Forest. It's such a beautiful location, the forest there. I'd love to live there as well. I don't see why he wouldn't want to live there. The trees there are ancient and old.
Yes, but why live in a fortress if you want to engage with trees?
Well, exactly. Right. I agree.
I just don't understand. But
it would be better to live amongst the trees and speak to them.
And we did, I just remembered we didn't the giant orc.
You
We
broke
didn't
up.
what?
You broke up.
up a little bit. Can you say that?
I was saying we didn't search the giant orc.
Oh yeah.
Well, I picked up his teeth.
Well, I'm sure the other elves did.
I mean, the armor alone might have been worth something. Anywho, maybe on the way back we'll find the dead bodies. All right. If we need lookouts, I'll be the lookout. I'll be pondering the words of the orc. Can't sleep.
You can't sleep.
You stay up all night pondering the words?
No, we're going to get good rest. We're going to do our watches.
You gonna do watches? Keep watch tonight?
We always do.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. Make an awareness test, TN 14.
Okay. Eye of Sauron with the Tengu.
Nice.
Beautiful. I knew I shouldn't have rolled with that hand. It's been bad.
Hello, Brimborn. Do you have low light sight?
I don't think we do in this game.
No. So it's a toss-up. You can pick whichever shift you want, and I'll take whichever.
All right. Well, I'll take the second shift, and I'll put my toes and feet really close to the fire so they start cooking a little bit, just so if the troll's around, he can smell the cook of elf flesh, and maybe it'll bring him forward.
Why would you want to do that? No, but it's good. It's perfect that you take the middle watch, since you don't really need that much sleep, and that means that
Right.
that I can have 2 shifts in a row.
I feel like I need to destroy trolls after what they did to you. So I don't necessarily disclose that to you, but
Okay.
I feel like we must get Mormog and get revenge on him.
Well, Mormog is my nemesis. He's my nemesis.
Yeah, so if we discuss that, I understand that, but I want him destroyed as well. You would probably not care if I put a couple arrows into his pretty face.
No, I would welcome the adornment. So, we have our watches.
Yep.
You want us to roll for them?
Yep.
He rolls for his, right?
George
Roll
rolled
awareness.
his. I'll take care of that coming up. Second watch.
Ella Brimborn got a 20 on his awareness with a Tengu.
All right. You notice something moving over by your travel sacks.
All right, I alert everybody
Why would we have
and investigate.
We keep them here.
They are
After I
there.
alert them, I head over there.
There are rats in your food satchels.
Damn it.
They were not properly sealed up, and rats have gotten in and contaminated your food.
Okay. Is there anything else we can save in that area, or they just destroyed the food?
The food is destroyed.
Okay. All
Unless
right.
you want to eat food that's been eaten by rats.
And eat
Not
rats.
necessarily, but I'll try to drive them away with a log from the fire, and then I'll throw the spoiled food into the fire
Okay.
to try to not encourage them to come back, not give them a source to want to return.
Sure. They scamper away.
Damn it.
And then I will
Lorith
Just
wakes
return
up.
to my watch.
Okay. Lorith wakes up.
Mm-hmm. That's my watch.
Yep.
Nice. That is 26 with 2 tangos. What a waste of a roll, huh?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
You notice through the woods and the hills, a very, very distant series of smoke. A very large campsite is within the horizon of you. Maybe a little further than the horizon.
That doesn't give me any idea. The horizon is always far away. I mean, you know,
maybe
I'm
about
used to traveling,
about
so
7 miles away.
7 miles.
But a pretty good sized campsite.
Okay.
Do you snuff our fire then, or well, you're awake, so I'm sleeping,
Yeah,
or whatever
I'll
I'm doing.
fire, actually, when I do that. I mean, I'll make sure that it doesn't smoke.
Yep.
I will smother it so that it won't smoke, and I'll let the others sleep. And when they wake up, I will tell them. You know.
The others wake up.
I point it out to them.
You point to the northeast.
Yeah, and there's probably still a little wisp of smoke hanging in the air. Right?
Mm-hmm. Barely
So that's-
visible. Only can see it because they were told to look where to
Right.
look.
But in the dark, you could have seen that it was a huge campsite with many fires. So, can I want to listen and see if I can, get the rumor of if I can tell whether it's like, men, horsemen, elves, orcs, trolls, what I can get from that.
A great many horses moving very, very quickly your way.
Horses.
Horses. Orcs don't usually ride horses.
We're missing Grimsby. We're missing Grimsby.
Yeah. Do we gain any endurance for sleeping overnight at all?
Yes.
You're only down 2 now, right?
Right.
So that's probably taken care of.
Adventure mechanics, combat, 156.
Great many horses.
A great many horses. You're healed.
Okay.
I'm really tired. So if there's
We
something
just
I
get
should be
one-
doing,
one-
tell me.
No.
Do we just get one back for the night? I'm still down 11. That's why I'm asking.
Still down 11. Let me pull out the companion. Not easily finding it in that. Life and Death, Getting Better, 144. Should go to the page called Getting Better. Getting Better. A wounded hero with a treated injury recovers 2 endurance points. An uninjured hero recovers 2 endurance points plus a number of points equal to his heart rating.
Yeah, good. All right, that helps.
Could I? He didn't have a wound though, right?
Nope.
So I was asking, could I have healed him?
No, you can't do anything else. The healing is just for stabilizing, really, or treating poisons.
Okay. Yeah, that's all you needed to say.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't say that. Maybe you've said it before, but I can't remember because it's different in this game than it is in like every other game.
Right.
You know. Okay. That's
okay.
Good.
So you hear a great many horses coming your way.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Our horses hide.
We should take cover.
They're still a great distance off.
Yeah. Well, we can travel on our way and then take cover.
Yep. You reach the North Ford, the northernmost place where the Anduin can be crossed, but only in summer and autumn without having to use a boat. The sunlit rivers roll through with no mercy for anyone. It's here, looking at the waters, the barking of dogs and wargs, and the thundering horse hooves of those driving the canines faster. You realize how foolish it was to assume Vigler would just let you go, especially after revealing his father's plans for conquering the Forest Gate.
Oh.
What do you plan to do?
Let's see.
Run away.
Yeah, hide someplace.
Run away and hide. Is there a... Can we spot a good hiding place?
Where in the river?
You're out in the open at a river crossing.
Well, that's nice. And what time of year is it? Is it still spring or is it summer?
It is spring.
Spring.
So the river could be flooded.
The river's not flooded, it's just rough going.
I would say we need to get across the away from the horses.
Yeah.
Do we want to, and you said we're in a clearing, there's no wood or timber or anything?
There is some timber.
Okay. I'll craft a small raft so we can get across.
Okay, make a craft roll.
All right.
I have.
Do you want to take the raft down? Do you want to take the raft downstream? Try to find the island.
I have boating.
You have boating, that's good.
Does that
Yeah,
help if
yeah,
I...
we can do that since she has boating. Sure. So craft roll is pretty good.
Well, my craft is the craft I took specifically is weapon repair.
So no, that won't help
okay.
you.
But can I? Let's see, what can I do?
So I got an 18 with 2 Tengu.
18 with 2 Tengus. Excellent. Let me find the
18 with 2 Tengu.
Yeah, remember, it's one of my distinctive features.
Mm-hmm.
I gave up smoking and took up boating instead.
That's good. You'll live longer.
Right.
Yep.
And that means Ella Brimore and I can smoke more.
Yep.
Exactly. More Otobi for us.
There we go. There's a river boat.
The love of the halfling's leaf has addled your mind.
Nice, quick raft there.
Yeah.
No, I found an image really quick in roll 20.
Yeah. I will use my distinctive feature of quick hearing to try to assess how far away they are and what kind of time we have.
Sure. They are gaining on you. You can run. Determine the company's lead on the enemy. This is equal to the company's highest travel skill. Who has the highest travel?
I got a 3.
2.
Same here.
So 3 is your lead. Whenever a companion fails a travel or athletics roll for a forced march, the lead diminishes. If the lead drops to 0, the company is overtaken.
It's kind of interesting.
The lead can be increased by hiding your tracks, are taking unexpected paths. I would consider taking the boat to be an unexpected path.
Mm-hmm.
You may do this once the entire journey.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll cover the evidence that we did such a thing.
You're gonna hide your tracks.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
That's a hunting roll, TN 16.
Okay, no probs. Or so I hope.
Forget which adventure I found this in.
No probs. That is 14 plus 7.
The travel stuff.
21 with a Tengu.
Yeah, the chase.
Yeah, it sounds really
21 with
kind
the
of
tango.
fair.
Good job. You've increased your lead by 4.
Yes.
It sounds like a fair type of travel situation.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this was in one of the adventures in Tales from Wilderland by Gareth Ryder Harnahan.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did that.
You want to sing Alabrimborn?
Sing? Yeah, I can sing for our travel roll.
You sing
Softly,
for your travel
though.
roll?
Softly.
He's humming. He's humming.
Singing me softly with your song. I gotta get a TN 16.
Mm-hmm.
With your song. The elf song. I'm singing the elf song. I did get a 16 right on the money.
Excellent.
No Tengus.
Everybody make a hunting roll.
Big 6.
Elbrimbar got a Gandalf.
Awesome.
I got 25 with 2 Tengus.
25 with 2 Tengus. You and Elabrimborm see in the distance dark birds that look like hawks, but oversized, flying at you.
Uh-oh. You want to go
You had
underneath the
seen
raft?
several of these around Vigler when he was at the camp.
Mm-hmm.
You want to drop down and go underneath the raft?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Or we could shoot them with arrows.
There's gonna be tons of them, though.
Yeah.
Oh, how many?
I picture them coming out of the mines of Moria and just that.
No, there's only 6 of them.
Oh, 6.
It's a scouting party.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. I agree with Loreth. I'll take them out of the air then. I could probably spear 3 of them with 1 arrow. I claim that already.
Okay.
You
I'll
get
take out my bow
2.
as well.
Okay. Open.
I get an open additional volley no matter.
That's
I get
what
like an extra shot.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, are they within range or no?
They are within range now.
All right. Shooty, shooty, pew, pew.
I'll steer the boat since
That's
you two are shooting.
Okay.
yeah, and then I'll get back to boating. But all right, that's 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 with the Tengu.
18 with the Tengu. That is going to hit.
That's damage of. What's the how do you get edge?
Edge is what's on the feet die, the 12-sided die.
Right. Yeah.
If you get what's on there or
if you get
better,
what's on-
equal.
Yeah, just 1 short. Damn. But yeah, actually, I had it before. No, I didn't. That was not there. Anyway, no, I didn't get that, so it's just 5.
5, but did you add for your Tengu, did you add the body?
Oh no, I didn't. Okay. So that would be 13.
13, you shoot one right out of the sky.
Elbrimborn got a 20 and a 16 for his rolls to hit.
Those both hit.
They both, I got a Tengu on both of them, so 10
Wait,
points
1 second.
each.
The 16 doesn't hit.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That missed by 1.
All right.
What's the damage?
So 10 damage on 1.
That's exactly what you need to shoot them out of the sky. That's opening volleys. 2 move in.
I mentioned the Ella Brimmore. Maybe you should light to keep them attracted. We'll look away.
Well, they have to be able. They have to be creatures that speak.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless they are ravens that speak. I mean, did we see them speaking before when they were following him, or
No.
they were not like the ravens of Erebor that speak?
On this round, after opening volleys, 2 of them turn around to run back, while 2 of them continue to go forward.
Okay.
It is time to choose your stances.
We're in a boat.
You're in a boat, so you can all go rearward.
I'll try to shoot the ones trying to escape.
Me too.
I don't have anything to shoot, so
Yeah, you keep the.
You'll steer the boat.
Yeah.
steer the rearward.
So.
You'll steer the rear.
I'll show my rear. I'll flash my rear at him.
Right.
Come and peck at this,
I'm so glad I beefed up my bow skill.
you dirty birds.
Start with Ella Brimborn, who has the highest wits.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna try. Maybe I should go forward and.
You're attacking me, or I get to attack?
Ella Brimborn goes first. You
Okay.
Your attack. You have the highest wits in the party, I believe.
Yeah. Well, 5 favored of 8.
Right.
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Anyways, so that is 19 with 2 Tengus, so 15 damage.
15 damage for one who's flying away.
Yep. Raven blood will be spilled and make the Anduin black. Victory will be ours as our arrows attack. The shadow shall share the light of our joy. As bow and arrow we will employ.
Nice.
Nice.
So you're shooting the ones that are going away?
He shot
Yes.
one that went away.
Okay.
What are
I'll
you
shoot
gonna...
the other one that's going away. And
Okay.
I rolled... what's 14?
14 and 9, 23.
23. No Tengus. but
Go.
just 23.
What's the damage?
That's 5.
5 points of damage.
Yeah, so it's just one away again from getting...
That's when the hairs, your hair all starts blowing away like crazy through the air. And the river starts to go wild with its current. And the sky darkens over you. As a bird this big... Mary, come over here and take a look at this.
Oh my god.
Here is the bird you're fighting. Here is the bird that appears from over here.
Okay.
It
It's not the same kind of bird.
No, it is not.
Okay. It's an eagle.
It
Not
flies.
a bird.
It is indeed an eagle. It flies over to the bird that's flying away and grabs it in its talons and tears it in 2.
Gotta love the big birds.
I clap.
Yeah.
Next round, anybody want to change stances?
We're in a boat.
Oh, you're right. I keep forgetting that.
We're in a
Is me-
freaking boat. What kind of stance do you
Is
think
anyone
we
down
have?
endurance?
We can have sitting up or crapping in the whatever the. It's a raft. It's not even a boat. It's a raft.
Yep.
I don't think there's many.
Ella
stances
Brimborn,
we
you
can
get
take.
the initiative.
All right.
I'll do open and I'll.
What are you going to do with open?
I'm gonna rally comrades.
Excellent.
So if anybody is down endurance, they get it back. I don't know if that applies to myself.
Yeah.
All allies. It says all allies recover lost endurance.
So no.
Allies. Yeah.
Allies.
Okay, that's fine. Maybe the bird's tired. I'm inspiring the bird.
Okay. Ella Brimborn, take a shot.
All right.
I got a Gandalf.
All right. You successfully rallied everybody.
I feel very
Ella Brimborn.
What do you say, though, Thor, to do this?
Oh, I cheer on the
the
eagle.
golden eagles and take pride in how they're able to squash our enemies. So shall you with your arrows. Lay them all.
Cool. Elebrimborn, take a shot.
He gets a 26. There's no Tengu, so it's just 5 damage.
5. Okay. He's down to 5 points.
And I get a shot.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna suck. I'm not happy with this roll so far. 16. No Tengus.
16. We missed by 1. Arrow goes wide. They cut. One comes diving down towards you, Lorith. One goes diving down toward Elebrimborn. They have Savage Assault. What does that do? That's fun to see. If the creature's main attack is rolled a greater extraordinary success, attack the same target again.
Oh, good.
That's like a rend attack.
Yeah.
It's like rending.
Alright, so we're going to go with a beak attack.
Not the beak.
On Lorith. 8. Ooh, 2 Tengus. 20 to hit you. That is 12 plus your parry.
It hits.
Oh, Tengus
That hits. Okay, that's a Savage Assault hit. Let's see. The beak on this guy does 4 points of damage. His attribute is 2.
So, you know that.
So that's
When you did
4.
that, I counted that in, sorry.
2 plus 4. 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And he gets to take a second attack on you. With his claw. Nope, a 4 is not going to hit you. To Elebrimborn.
Alright.
Your claws need a manicure.
He's going to try to hit the same guy that he did 5 damage to. And this time he gets a 19.
No, he's attacking you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He got a Gandalf, so that's an automatic miss.
Nice.
Cool.
Snake-like speed. When arrows are rolled for an attack against the creature, double its basic parry score. Yep, we're going to use snake-like speed here. We're going to spend a point of hate on here, which is going to double his parry score for this round. As he circles you. And now, this eagle gets to go. He climbs up, flies up, grabs these 2 eagles, and slams them together.
What?
He grabs the 2 hawks and slams
hawks.
them
You said
together.
eagles.
Yeah, I said misspoke.
Okay, so the eagle grabs the
The
hawks.
eagle grabs the hawks and
slams
slams them together, and they both lifelessly fall into the Anduin. And the eagle lands in front of your boat in the river, and with its wings brushes you knocks you to shore.
Whoa.
Well. No, we don't have any shiny, pretty things to give it.
Hey,
Well,
buddy, you
friend
remember
eagle.
me?
Thank you for your kind service to us and your help in our distress.
Make a TN16 courtesy roll as you begin this encounter.
Oh, Christ. Courtesy is not my strong point.
You want me to go? I have a good curse.
Is there any things to use? Points?
No.
Oh.
Have all been used.
And I rolled an Eye of Sauron. And a 3.
Do you take my actions as trifles? Do you dare to treat me as you would your friend down at the pub? Do you not bow before the majesticness that you see here?
I bow.
For I am Kingfisher Lord. What do you do now? That's a failure on your encounter.
Yeah.
I will bow to Kingfisher, and
I'll bow to.
I am a prince of Erebor, and we apologize for not giving you your due respect, as you are so worthy, and your aid to us is
immeasurable.
most
Sorry.
appreciated.
I put words in your mouth.
And anything that we can do for you, we would more than gladly repay as best as we can.
All right, make a courtesy roll.
All right.
TN 14.
Okay.
Being a highborn, I'm sure you're good at courtesy.
All right, got a Tengu,
Ooh.
16 and 19. 19 with the Tengu.
Okay. I don't take much interest in the conflicts of man. They don't worship me, and I don't worry about them. Where were they when Gwaihir assumed control of the eagles of the Eyrie? Not on my side, I can tell you that. The birds I just slew pledged their allegiances to the Vigladings after pledging to serve me. Let this be a warning to those of air and water for disobedience. I have no bone to pick with you.
I just bow as low as I
We thank you again, and we are most appreciative. Your fellow brothers and sisters have aided us in the past and helped us to rescue Gandalf, and we were able to help bring aid to him when he was in grave danger and close to death from a poison of the shadow.
That old wizard helped Gwaihir assume control.
Yeah,
Gwaihir, who drove me from the Eyrie when I said that I should rule.
I'm not familiar with that history. I apologize for not being more aware of the history of your lands here.
What else would I expect from a dwarf? You have your head in the ground.
I do. I do live underground, so it is where we call our home.
Elebrimborn tries to sing to this great Lord of Eagles, using his speech, of the animals, and he goes, "Caw! The birds of the shadow are driven by cowardice. The great eye calls to them from their hidden darkness. The speed of your wings had led us to victory. Kingfisher, the Lord of Eagles, may you brood many hatchlings in your rectory."
Make a song roll, TN 14.
Do you plan
I'm
this
trying.
in advance, or do you just write it on the spur?
Bird, thank you.
What's that?
I don't want anything in my rectory.
Do you plan these out in advance and have them?
No, I'm writing this shit down while we're playing.
Criminy.
That is
I'm going to call you. You're going to do it.
17. What's that?
During FOM, February album writing month, where we write 14 songs in 28 days, you're going to have to join. You're going to have to do it this year.
Yeah.
They would call what you're doing now filking.
Right, but it's totally wacky because I'm doing bird noises, right?
But that's okay.
All right, 17 song roll.
Well,
I like what you say. I will hear more.
All right, so
What brings you to my lands?
Tell him about the owl women. Ask him if he knows.
Yeah, I'm we seek the owl women guardians, the guardian owls, Do you know of their flights? Do you know of their ways, of where their rookeries may be?
Of course, you can see from.
I know not of these owl women, but the Vigladings that chase you show no respect to the Kingfisher Lord. This is not because we are allies. It is personal.
They seek to destroy us. For we are trying to solve a mystery to save their people. They wish to kill and enslave the free folk, and we are here to try to discover the mystery of these owl guardians who had slain one of our former friends' mates, and we wish to bring justice to these people and to this friend of ours for the death of her husband. We seek that, and I tell them we're seeking that island, with the pathway to the rocks further south from here.
Roll.
Okay.
TN 14.
I'm gonna need a lot of luck on this one. 13.
Who has the highest valor in this group?
Probably me.
With?
5.
That's good, because that's the tolerance for this encounter. You've already gotten the 3 strikes.
Ouch. 3 strikes already.
Yep.
Oof.
I know this island. I know it well. And there are no owl guardians there. There are just those that ride horses.
We have to mention the path of the serpent.
That is an old road. Very, very ancient. You can barely tell its existence when you walk it, just by finding the occasional statue that used to mark its mile markers.
Did you mention horses on the island? Are they roaming free, or?
They wait outside of a human nest.
And the humans are not part of the Viglins?
I do not know if they are the Viglins.
Uh,
One comes from the south, one comes from the north. Actually, 3 comes from the north.
Interesting. Very well. We thank you again for kindness and your help. And we will do our part in fighting Vigeland and Vigla, as they are no friends of ours. We've already encountered them, and we plan on teaming up with the Bjornings in the months to come to battle against them, if that's what it comes to.
The Bjornings have shown respect to the Kingfisher Lord. I will fight one day with Bjorn. It shall be glorious.
In less than 2 months, they will be making their attack on the homeland of Bjornings. If you are so inclined, we welcome your aid there as well.
Where is this attack on the Bjornings?
In their homeland. Vigeland and Viglar are planning to take their armies against them.
By the very horse lords and these birds of the shadow that have driven for us, that it is those people that claim that chase us now that plan on attacking Bjorn and the Bjornings.
They may have the aid of goblins as well. We're not certain.
The goblins shoot at me. They try to take me out of the sky with their little arrows. I like, you know what I enjoy? To fly next to the cliffs they are on and not blow them off so that they all tumble down. and then I can snack on their broken remains. Make a persuade roll.
Okay. Awesome. 2 Tengu, 12 and 8, 20 with 2 Tengu.
I will be there to fight against them. You have shown great respect to me and are working above and beyond to aid an innocent boy. If you visit me at my golden nest, perhaps we can be allies. Begone, I will keep these Vigladines from hindering you. And then the first volley of arrows whistle through the air from the Vigladings, and the eagle stands to its full height and flaps its wings, sending the arrows scattering in all directions. Fly! The great eagle shouts at you.
We go.
Fly, you mean boat? Okay, we're off.
No, he's got us to shore, right? He blew us to shore.
You're on shore.
Yeah, so...
Oh, we're on shore, okay.
Yeah, he used his wings to send our boat ashore.
Okay.
Fisher Lord rode the boat ashore.
Run in the opposite direction of where they were
Yep.
coming from, across the river.
Run across the river over to the Path of Serpents.
Yep.
The path looks like the rest of the grassy land, except for slight discolorations. Every now and again you pass 4-foot-high rock carvings of serpents.
Right.
The ones beneath trees
they sent us
have
on
been
the
better sheltered from the elements than the ones in the open.
It's only a matter of time before they catch up.
Each statue has sockets where their eyes, snake eyes, should be. They're all empty.
Well, the more allies we make, the more likely
Can you guys hear me?
someone else will help us.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
Yeah, if they're talking
No,
and
they're
they're doing that, then you can pretty much guarantee that they can't hear you. You better make sure we're still recording.
We're still recording.
Okay. Ooh. I just don't want another dip.
1, 2, 3. I guess I cut out from you guys.
Yep, we're okay. Mike just went to grab a beer.
Can we take a minute?
Sure, we'll take a 5-minute break.
Okay, great. We're taking a 5-minute break, Mike.
Oh, we are?
Yep.
Okay. I haven't set up anything for the table for gaming terrain-wise, but we may play without terrain up.
That's fine. That's fine. You go to a lot of effort, Mike. We can always take a break from that.
Yeah, we'll see if I get time to do it or not. But, I mean, it'll be fine just playing without it. So.
Yeah.
I got a whole idea of stuff planned out, so.
That's cool. Well, and anytime you want to take a break, I can always try and Starfinder or something. I got the that Waterdeep adventure on Roll20. I picked it up.
Oh, did you Dragon Heist or whatever?
It's either that or just some Waterdeep dungeons. I forget the name of it.
Mad Mage?
Yeah, Mad Mage.
There's 23 levels of dungeons.
Yeah, so there's plenty of content.
For levels 6 to 20.
Wow. Is that in the book too, or that's just the...
That's the book.
Yeah, the Roll20 thing.
Yeah, so they give you all the maps and stuff like that on 20, which is nice. I don't know if you can gift it around or not. I know it lets you gift it, but I don't know how all that worked.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So you guys avoided 24 archers, 4 soldiers for each of you,
Wow.
eight cavalry riders, Vigler, and a lieutenant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, might as well use the river.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we traveled down it either, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We traveled down this before to get down.
And with the boating specialty, you don't have to row. It's just declared.
That's good.
Yeah, but to answer Mary, I mean, so some of the things I have are already written down because they're my they're my journal logs, you know what I mean, that I've written things out.
Right.
And then I literally will take some of those, take a couple lines from that, alter it, and add in my own lines to it. So that's how I can come up with it like that.
Well, I'm very impressed.
So it's partially pre-route and partially new lines putting in there. I'm trying to get things that rhyme, and then I alter the whole sentence because I can't get something that rhymes with it or keep the content of it, and I'm trying to rush through trying to get something to work like that. But I also like to just take songs that already exist and kind of Weird Al Yankovic it, you know what I mean? So
yes, it's very impressive on the fly.
Especially,
I do not say that lightly.
Yeah.
I've been writing
so I had we were doing the one my one character Fernando was facing a shadow dragon who is a female shadow dragon, and Fernando very much loves the women. He's had many ex-wives. And
I know about his
the shadow dragon would not hear of his love. She wanted to destroy him and kill him, but he sang a song to her. It was like, "Shadow dragon, hear my prayer. We are here amongst in your lair. You're like the ex-wife I haven't known. If you have just granted me some of your love." And time goes on. Just whatever, make up stuff.
Cool.
And then if I have a lot of beer in me, it's even better. So.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
And then he starts dancing on the tables.
Oh.
It's embarrassing at that point.
I was encouraged to do that behavior, and so I have to do it. It was the appropriate time too, actually, because I mean that's what the character was doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. As soon as Mary's back, we'll pick it up.
Any big plans for the holidays, Garrett? Are you guys going to Indianapolis or staying in Buffalo, or what are you doing?
We're staying in Buffalo. The coolest thing I'm doing is one of my friends in Indy has got a D&D group, and he got Hero Forge characters for each of his group's PCs, and he's having me custom paint jobs on each of them.
Oh, nice.
So that's what my big thing that I'm working on now.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I'm going to, I've got asked to go to Winter Fantasy, so I'm going to go run stuff there.
Good for you.
Yeah, good.
So if you guys want to get out to Fort Wayne in February 1st or 6th through the 10th and play D&D.
6th through the 10th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That might not be bad.
I'm running the lower tier DDXP.
Is that all new?
Not sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
The only thing I know I got to do is my oldest, August, we have to start visiting colleges and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be spending some time doing that. I don't know. It's going to be new, uncharted territories for us, but
yeah.
You're not going to the old stomping grounds.
What's that?
You're not going to the old stomping grounds.
Well, we're going to go to my college. I mean, my undergrad college. He kind of mentioned that, so.
That's cool.
But we were maybe going to Boston and stuff like that. So.
Sean Merwin did that on the road to Gen Con last year. Took his daughter out to places to colleges to visit.
Yeah, that's got to do it, but he's got to figure out where he wants to maybe go. You know, I don't know if the impetus is I just start taking him to some schools and then he figures out what he wants more so from there.
Yeah,
I didn't have a lot of choices. I applied, I think, to Penn State, UB, and Cornell. That was it. No, RIT. I applied to Rochester Institute of Technology because they actually gave me a scholarship, but I didn't go there.
Another thing I just picked up is an album on iTunes by Dan Labard called Epic Loot. They're comedy songs about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. I bet you that's great.
Polyhedral's Rule, Random Magic Fountain, Hot Gamer Wife.
Hot Gamer Wife. Oh my God. See, that'd be right up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. That character is not dead, but I have the cleric of Bane. Everything that I have, every character that I have is never a bard, but they always sing. So.
My favorite one is my deck score is higher than yours.
So what does that mean? I just go faster in initiative, and
I go faster on initiative, or if we're standing on ice, then you all fall down, and I'm still standing up. Or we're tied on initiative. I get to go first.
Right. Yeah.
And then at the end of the song, the guy rolls a natural 1 to avoid a dragon's fire attack.
Right.
Then everybody else is singing, "Our deck score is higher than yours because you're dead."
Right. Yeah. It's amazing just how much, being someone who played Dungeons and Dragons from the time I was in high school when it was first basically coming out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In the 80s, early 80s. It's just amazing how much it's grown at this point, and the whole industry from it. When you talk about music like that, and just the podcasts and all the live role casts, and there's more and more conventions that are happening now. You know what I mean? It's just nuts. Money. There's tons of money in it.
Yep. All right, let's get going back into the game. Fade back into here, and go over to here. The path looks like the rest of the grassy land, except for slight discolorations. Every now and again you pass 4-foot-high rock carvings of serpents. The ones beneath trees have been better sheltered from the elements than the ones in the open. Each statue has sockets where their snake eyes would be. They're all empty. The path winds along the Anduin to the Rushdown Forest. Make a lore roll, everybody. TN 14.
I'll search for gems along the path.
Good luck.
Damn. Gandalf with 2 Tengu.
Yeah, you probably
Okay,
did better than I did.
21 with a Tengu.
Okay. With the lore one on that, you know that the Rushdown Forest area is noted for crawling with basilisks.
So where there's likely to be at least a trace of basilisk here. This area is thick with them.
Everybody make a TN 14 travel roll for moving through this forest. Excellent.
I got a 24 with a Tengu on the travel.
Sweet.
5 beside that.
Oh, 3, I got a 17.
Okay. You have a eventless trip, carefully avoiding the trackings and areas of where the basilisks would be. At the end of the path, the last serpent statue stands aside the Anduin River, and a series of stones lead across the water to a small island. And on the island stands a small cabin. 3 horses wait outside the cabin.
Could I roll some search rolls while we were traveling?
For what?
Gems.
I told you found one.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He wasn't
Missed
joking,
that one.
he meant it.
Oh, you found one with something with an extraordinary row, yeah.
He got a Gandalf, yeah.
And 2 Tengus.
Cool.
Awareness. I'm looking for clues as to who the size of the horse, who might be, who this horse might belong to by anything I can see, there. Okay.
Sure.
I try to speak to them using my speakers. Do you want me to roll like riddle or something like that to try to engage with them? Try to figure out what they are.
15.
I got an 18 on riddle.
15. Okay, with an 18. 3 of them proudly claim, "We are of the royal line in the royal stables of Viglanding."
All right. Well, I share that with everyone else.
Yeah, I guess we know who's here.
And the other horse says, "Oh yeah? Well, I've come from the great household of Bjorn."
There's a conspiracy here.
Interesting.
And what does the third horse say?
That's pretty much it. That's...
Oh, I thought you said there were 3 horses.
Yeah, 2 of them say that they're from...
I want to know where the third horse is from.
2 of them are from...
Right, what did my awareness tell me about them by looking and checking?
That they are all very well taken care of, to a great end, and that they are pretty much of stock that are bred as war horses.
So there's nothing. I was trying to see what I could find by looking at them.
Is there smoke coming?
So is there anything I can find out about the third horse after he tells us that, by looking at it? Like who that might be?
It looks like it's a horse of great intelligence, and the horses of great intelligence would come from Bjorning. From Bjorn.
The third horse.
Mm-hmm. The third horse.
So you're saying there's 2 horses from Bjorny and 1 from...
Nope, I'm saying 2 from Viglanding, 1 from
Okay.
Bjorn.
Okay.
Is there smoke coming from the cabin's chimney, or is there a chimney, or?
There is a chimney, and there is no smoke coming from it.
Okay. What does the cabin look like? How many people would it accommodate normally? Like a small family, or just a hermit, or?
Probably more like a hermit type of deal.
Okay.
It's not going to be somebody who's...
So do we see the stones across the river, or?
You see the stones across the river.
All right. Elebrimborn will try to cross them and approach.
You want to ask the horses if they've seen an owl?
Yeah, I mean, I can go over and talk to them as I walk across the stones or whatever. Keep talking to them. I will see if I can find the...
should have carried your raft with us.
My what?
We should have carried Thror's raft with us.
Oh, yeah. We should have brought him oats.
Well, whatever we brought was rat contaminated, so...
That's true.
I'm wondering...
So I will sing the... I will recite the rhyme of lore of the dapple gray mare to them. The horse lords all dare to view the dapple gray mare. Her flanks are a sight that mimic the dark of night. On her, the stars on her thighs are brilliant to their eyes. All stallions pledge their love to the horse mother above. For if you have ever met her, you would not forget her. It's a horse-oriented rhyme of lore.
Mm-hmm. The Viglanding horses pay it no mind. The Bjorning one stamps its feet approvingly.
Ah, a horse of common sense and intelligence. All right, so I try to cross these stones.
Yep, athletics test. Are you on your horses or are you on foot?
I don't think...
we were on the raft, right? So.
Oh yeah, you're on your raft.
So, yeah, so we...
So that would be on foot, so that's a TN 10.
That's my we were walking to begin with.
Oh, I rolled the Eye of Sauron.
Eye of Sauron, you fall into the drink and you let out a yelp.
I quickly throw a rock to knock him out so that he doesn't mess it up for us. No, I can't say that because I rolled the Eye of Sauron in the last.
You did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just messing. I'm just joking. I wouldn't hit him on purpose.
No, I thought you said that you rolled the Eye of Sauron.
No,
right
the
there
last
again.
time in the last encounter, I was the one that rolled the Eye of Sauron with the eagle who was a combatant of Gwayer, the Windlord. So.
If you turn the Eye of Sauron sideways, it looks like Elebrimborn shooting a bow and arrow. All right, well, I guess I'm going to try
if you turn the elf upside down, he looks like every other ass.
I'm going to try to make it to shore or not drowned or whatever.
You can
on my
climb
next
back
turn.
onto the rocks.
Yeah, you're an elf.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll follow him.
Into the water.
Follow him too.
Well, follow your path without following hope.
The rocks.
Unless there's a safer way to travel over there.
Well, just take the raft,
You can take the raft.
Good.
boat over there.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll take the
Let's
raft.
just take the boat over then.
I just thought there would be something special about the
You just
the rocks
wanted
or
to
something.
do it for the effect. Gently flying over the rocks, gracefully, la la la.
We would
style.
That's
We
what
would-
I thought. I thought like I'd have like the whole Legolas moves across the rocks, but guess not.
Legolas never got an Eye of Sauron.
That's true. That's true. That's canon.
we probably wouldn't have had our raft close by anyway because we took the path, right?
Oh yeah, right.
So we probably would be walking.
Yeah, we wouldn't have a raft.
Yeah.
Right, you're right.
I'll try and walk as well.
Maybe you can. Yeah, don't drop that gem.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's put it away in his purse underneath his shirt long ago. So
Yeah.
what do we need, Garrett, for this?
DC TN10 for going across.
For athletics?
Athletics.
Which
Athletics.
I have
Alright.
Does Elebrimborn need to roll it again or no?
No, you've already...
done
failed.
damage.
Yeah.
I got a 12.
You got a 12. Alright. You're across.
I have a 22 with 2 Tengus.
Excellent.
I raised my athletics skill to 3, so...
Yeah, I need to do that next time.
It didn't matter what I had. I rolled the ISO on.
Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So I have no problem, and...
You have no problem, and you get across.
What, I don't show them up by going...
Can I
You can-
spot
you
them
can-
inside the house?
Sorry, then.
Can I do an awareness check to see if they're actually in the house, or are they?
Well, which... You have control of your character. Decide which way you want to go.
So we cross this path of and then we're on land near the horse.
Well, I'll just ask the horses if their master is at home. Is there?
river
Are
is
you?
behind
Are
you.
you the masters of the horse? Are you the masters of the house here,
No.
or is there someone else that you live with?
There are the people that ride us that are inside.
Okay, so...
And what are your names, gentle horses? I'm putting the lore master on notice.
I am Harriapin, and I am Jarquad.
Ah, pleased and well met.
There you go. Here's the map.
I am Elebrimborn of the land of Mirkwood, and I have enjoyed your stories and your company.
Yeah, why don't you tell them to take a long walk right now? Come back in an hour.
Yes, I hope that the rhyme of lore, the dapple gray mare, has inspired you to go look for a female horse. I believe we saw along the path.
You did make a
Yes.
persuade roll.
Okay.
Not his best thing.
All right, I got a 19.
Ooh, nice.
And they go taking off.
There you go. There you go,
There we go.
Lorith.
So now they'll have to deal with us. Okay.
You want to
are
wait
we
for
gonna
them
do
to
this?
come out, or do you want to go in?
No, I would say knock, knock. You know.
Maybe we shouldn't all be there. Maybe one of us should knock and the other two should be on the other sides of
You
the
want to?
cabin.
Yeah. Do you want to see if there's a back door?
Yeah.
You're
And
quiet,
then we'll
right?
pop
There is-
up like
there
a
is
bunch
no-
of.
There is no door on this side of the cabin.
Okay.
You can see that
Well-
very clearly. There's no windows. There's no doors on that side.
Lorith can go up and she can whistle for us one at a time, and we'll pop up like a bunch of popping jays one at a time as we hide in the bushes.
Oh, you want me to
Well,
go
if
to
there's
the
no door on this side, then let's circle around to the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you want to go left? You want to go right?
I'll go left.
You go left.
I'm looking for trip wires or snaps or alarms or anything like that that's around here.
You're going to
Trips
the
and
right.
traps.
Brimborn.
Oh, he's
I'll
he's
follow the party, but I'm looking for trip wires and stuff on the ground.
Sure. Are you gonna
I'll follow Lorith.
You follow Lorith.
Yeah,
Thor,
we'll
which
just-
way do you go?
We'll all go together.
All go together.
All
Make
split.
awareness tests for me.
I'm just looking
TN
for
16.
like a line with bells on it or something like that.
I got a 14.
I got a 7.
12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. Lorif disappears into the ground. Roll a d6 for me. You let out a yelp as you take 2 points of damage as you fall into the pit trap.
Ah, crap.
Well,
And that is when you see
There.
nope, 2 owl mask clad robed individuals show up on the other show up.
Of course.
very good.
I hail and well met. I am Ella Brimborn, and this is Prince Thror of Erebor, and our friend Lorith, unfortunately, has encountered your trap. We mean you no harm. We just seek information. We had a wonderful conversation with your horses. And if you don't mind, I will assist my fair companion from your trap.
They draw spears and attack.
I was going to say, I was ready to attack. I'll be defensive.
I wish I could sense whether like they're evil or not. But
well, we assume they're Bjorning and 2 Viglin guys. That's what they said.
Right.
You can look up and see robes fluttering past you as these characters go around the trap.
Can I try and get out?
On your turn of initiative, yes, you
Okay,
may.
That's what I mean. All right. Well, that didn't work well, did it?
Nope, you chose the wrong side. I designed that. All right. So what's your stance?
Prejudice against left-handed.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
Ella Brimborn's going to go defensive.
I thought clockwise and stuff, or going around the clock from how you faced it.
Yeah, I'm defensive.
You're
too.
defensive. You're defensive. Lorith, what are you?
I don't know. What stance can I have in a pit?
You can have any stance you want. Depends how fast you want to go and how you want to fight.
What'll get me out the fastest?
Forward.
Forward stance. I haven't done balls out.
Make an athletics test. TN10 to climb on out.
Oh, come on. 11.
11. Excellent. You managed to get out of the pit, and you are standing at the edge of it, next to one of the mask-wearing hooded characters. And that is your turn.
Oh, good.
Let me find a picture of a pit. Pit.
Does he know I'm there?
Oh yeah. They were waiting for someone to fall through. It's close enough.
It had to be me. Oh, you said I took 2 points of damage.
You take 2 points of damage.
I'm marking it.
I know. Here's the pit, you guys, so that you guys don't fall into it again. And that brings us to Ella Brimborn.
Okay. They're rushing at us with spears.
Yep.
I try to. Can I parry their spears and tell them, "Listen, we wish you no harm. We just come here to gain information." So that'll be my action, is to try to like. I have my sword and shield out, and my intent is to drive the spear away from hitting me or any one of my companions. I'll just go on the guy right in front of me, kind of thing.
Sure. Make a persuasion roll.
Oh. 14.
14 does not stop this person's rampage.
That'll be my turn. That'll be my turn then.
That is your turn.
All right, so I will swing away. The one on my right, or south of me. All right, and I rolled a Sauron with a Tengu.
I have Sauron with the Tengu. That means they're going to go for a called shot on you. That brings us to them, and let's go with that. Deal with that called shot with this.
May they get a Gandalf.
With a called shot is we're gonna try to break your shield. Do you have a shield?
Nope, no shield.
No shield. Okay, so that doesn't matter about a called shot then. Let's see. They go attack with the spear.
I have a shield. If they want to break mine, I don't know. I wasn't. I mean, I don't. They did. I know I didn't roll this Sauron, but I'm cool with them trying to break mine. I don't care.
That's a 17. See, 12 plus your 12 plus your parry.
Yeah, so that hits. I got a 17 exactly.
17 exactly. The spear does 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And that doesn't do it there. One goes after Ella Brimborn. That's a... Eye of Sauron.
Oh, man.
Make a protection test. You need a 14.
So it's my armor, right?
Yes, your armor.
Yeah, there's no way I only have 2D, so there's no way I could ever make that, right?
You can get
You have
yes,
a
you do. You can get a
shield.
Gandalf.
You got
I can roll a... Oh, I didn't realize I could roll the 12-sided with it, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was 2D6, so that's what I've been rolling for armor.
No.
Don't you get extra for your shield too?
That adds
That's
to
on
it.
your parry,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah, adds to your parry.
Parry, not a protection test.
Sure.
I got 21 with a Tengu.
So you are protected by that. And let's see, how did didn't roll any intended, so you take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
From the door swings open, and 2 people come running out.
What kind of people?
There is a Bjorning man, who is barely clothed, and there is a familiar-faced woman. I'll increase her token so that you can see what it looks like, and if you can tell me what it is. Before I tell you, see if any of the rest of you can figure it out.
Was it the woman that attacked that had the raven?
Nope.
No. Who else did we run
Make a
into?
lore roll. All of you can make a lore roll.
The other one, I know I just have to speak like Boston Southey to him, and he'll understand everything I say. I got a 28 with 1 Tengu.
This is Estid.
18 with 2 Tengus.
Okay, you know it too. This is Estid, daughter of Viglading.
Oh, okay. So, she's having an affair, down and dirty.
Yeah, nice
Bjorn,
nice
eh?
call there.
Who's probably Bjorn's son or somebody. Or, well, Bjorn's grandson or something.
That's their turn. They come out of the love shack.
Is it got a tin roof?
Three on one or what?
Anybody want to change their stances?
I'm still trying to go for negotiations here.
I'll change.
But I'm still in defensive.
Okay.
I'll change to open.
So I'll try to speak to Ested when it's my turn, but...
Alright. Thor, where do you want to go?
I'll stay defensive.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll stay defensive.
So that brings us to Lorith. Lorith, nobody's engaged with you right now, and there are 2 new combatants on the field. What do you want to do?
I recognize. I say, hold.
Make an A roll. TN 20.
You know who she is,
Oh,
right?
okay.
I say, hold. You can't commit the dishonor of killing us to hide your romance just because your families are at war. This is not the way to gain the peace and happiness you seek. You so clearly have been seeking. And I look at his legs. Okay, I'll roll, huh?
Yep.
Gandalf!
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And 3 other points, but it's the Gandalf that counts here.
Okay, we'll see what happens. We go to Ella Brimbor.
He, again, is just going to take a defensive thing against this guy's attacks, even though he's speared him once. Can I make some kind of action to disarm him?
Yeah, it's called shot. Basically,
right.
You make an attack, you have to hit, and you have to have a Tengu.
So I can do that with my sword as well, or
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, then I will try to do that.
Okay.
So I got a hit and get a Tengu. All right, here we go. So I got 2 Tengus. So that's 12.
Got a weird one.
16. I got 22 to hit and 2 Tengus.
You disarm him.
All right. I'm like, you have drawn blood on me. I wish you no harm. I wish to speak to the lady Estrid in peace.
Okay.
Please further lay down your weapons and do us no harm. I am Ella Brimborn of Mirkwood. We have announced our presence already. We wish to gain knowledge of what is occurring here, and you can have all confidence in us that we will not disclose your information of what's going on. I will do my best to silence my human companion of her wishes. She is an honorable person.
You didn't try to make a pass out of Ella Brimborn?
At her? No, I don't like. She's got way too much mascara on her.
Make a persuasion roll.
No, we're not going to do well on this.
What about my ass?
What about your wife?
13.
We're gonna see that when we get to their turn.
Okay.
What'd you get?
13.
13? Yeah, they're not interested in what elves have to say. Their turn.
I think that
I didn't
recently
go
they
yet.
weren't interested in anything anyone had to say.
Astrid,
I didn't go yet.
oh, Thor, go.
So I'll use awe. I will. How dare you attack the Prince of Erebor? Do you want the dwarves down upon your families? Your families are already at odds. Do you want one more in the mix? Hold your weapons so we may speak.
I just got the picture of him barely dressed, and you're saying, "Do you want the dwarves down upon your families? Hold your weapons." I'm sorry, I'm 5 tonight. Apparently, I need some more sleep.
All right, roll your awe roll.
I roll a Gandalf.
You rolled a Gandalf. Astrid and her consort, have a name, throw down their weapons and order the bodyguards, Astrid's handmaidens, to throw down their weapons. This is Grimfara, is the name of the Matt Damon character here, the Bjorning.
And who's he with?
He's with Astrid, they had found an actual picture of her from someone made for the game.
Okay, all right.
I have no idea who the model is. So they throw down their weapons, and she goes, "There's too much blood has been shed here before. The man my handmaiden shot with the arrow, he perished, did he not?"
He did. And he was the father or the wife of or husband of a good friend of ours.
And her
And
son,
their son almost perished by
death.
your brother Viglar and his executioner.
Brother is not
blamed for the death.
Brother is not a compassionate man. He wants the blood always. Fine,
Yes.
I will set this right. I will not explain about Grimfara, but I will tell him that it was me and my handmaidens that are responsible for that man's death.
So he knows of the owl women in truth?
The owl women are the bodyguards, handmaidens.
Yes, I know. I'm asking her. So he knows of them.
He does not know. They are my secret handmaidens. They are here
At
to
least that
their
is
purpose is to protect me while I am at this secret retreat of mine.
Thank you. This is what we came. Why?
This is kind of like a creepy, eyes wide shut kind of thing. You know, people wearing masks while other people are having sex.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Man, that's what they used to do. They would attend while you were in bed. It's okay. Towels to wipe you down.
The good old days.
You know, they have the big feathers to cool you off.
Right. Well, yeah. I guess there was some wisdom.
Don't you know that this can't go on? However you're protected with this man, however your love is protected, your brother intends to make war and take over these lands, to make war on the Bjornings. You need to stop it. If you would have peace and have your romance be lasting, then you need to take power. The time might be ripe for it. The people were not happy with his lack of justice towards the boy. In the end, he only dropped the charge and dropped his idea of the execution because we fought for it so hard.
There is no
your brother,
stopping them. My father or my brother.
Yeah, your brother and your father or follow us to this very location. They have sent us to this location to discover the secrets, and in that giving directions have followed us to try to destroy us. So we explain how they try to send the hawks upon us and such and such, so
Sounds
that
like
they're
brother.
coming
If not for the help of an eagle, they might be here by now. And they would discover your
I
secret.
plan on defecting to the Bjornings. I am to be betrothed to an older man who I do not love. And I will not do it. But first, that man must die, and then I will slip away.
What is this man's name that you're betrothed to?
His name is Trevarga.
Don't we need him?
No, you haven't visited the Vigland city.
Yeah, I'd rather sleep with Matt Damon too. I haven't even seen the other guy, so.
You wouldn't
Is
want
there
to
any
see
way
the
that
other
we
guy.
can thwart this war that is coming? Is there any way to stop your father and
There
brother?
is no way to stop my father and my brother once they are in. They've been wanting war with the Bjornings for years.
At least you must convince Bjorn that it is truly happening within the 2 months. So
You
that he
are-
I will
prepare.
not go with you to Bjorn right now. That I believe that would be a death sentence for me.
But,
But I will
You would-
travel with you into his lands and wait for you at a safe distance.
would you take arms up against your father and brother?
I will not do so.
Okay.
And Grimfara says, I will ride down to Bjorn and warn him of these things that have befallen. And he goes over to his horse. And goes, hey, where's my horse?
Your horse will be back. I had a conversation with your horse, and we exchanged some poetry, and they were enlightened to find romance. I'm sure they'll be back, or you can find him down the path of the serpent.
Weird elves. And that's where we will leave it for tonight.
Okay,
Very good. Very good.
awesome.
Of all the things I expected to find, it wasn't a Bjorning with his pants down.
No, me neither.
Can I recover some endurance before we depart?
No, because you haven't slept.
No, I mean after the battle.
From the battle, you get your heart score back.
All right, thanks.
What?
If you're resting after the battle, you get your heart score back from points. And you lost some points from falling down a hole, so you get those points back.
So we also warned them that
You didn't lose that many.
their brother had sent men after us.
Okay, then you get.
Been hounded by them for many days.
Yeah, that's right. That was what I was telling her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that they are following us, and that she should be aware of that if she's trying to hide this relationship. That we don't know how far behind they will be.
Yeah, we'll all need to make haste out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah, just
All right.
our-
Thanks, everyone.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Company of the Whiskey Drinking Bear, Threats from Mirkwood. I'm Garrett Crow, wishing you a happy holiday, and play some more One Ring.
Happy solstice.
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody.
Good Kwanzaa.